Hi Scorpio, how you doing today? I hope you're doing well. This is your general monthly tarot reading, okay, for May 2019. It's a general tarot reading. It's not going to resonate with everybody, but take what does and let the rest go, okay? I'm using the original Rider-Waite. Usually you see me shuffle on camera. I started this a little bit ago, and there was just way too much background noise, so here we are. Okay, so they're already laid out. We'll go over them. And that's that. All right, so let's get into it. Okay, so first card out for you was the Five of Wands in the reverse. Okay, so this is indicating that you might be having trouble working together with a team, with somebody, okay? That it's just not, there's no compromise, and that nothing's coming together. This could be in a work environment, which is more of what I'm seeing here, but it could also be in a partnership. The reason for this is because there's lack of communication, okay? Second card out for you is the Hermit, okay? You could be dealing with a Virgo. You don't have to be. But because there's no cooperation, communication, compromise, it's causing you to really go within, internalize all these feelings, because I feel like you're feeling very frustrated, and I also feel like because of this, you have to dim your light a little, or you are just dimming your light, without even realizing it. Feeling as though people aren't seeing it anyways, type of thing. Next card we have is the Hierophant in the reverse, okay? This is telling me that this is an unconventional way of doing things for you. I feel like you're used to really communicating what's going on in order to work things out, but in this case, there's a sense of doing things in an unconventional way for you personally is actually going to bring a little bit of equilibrium into your life, okay? But there has to be balance. You have to find that balance, okay? You can't overdo it. But within doing this unconventionally, and I feel like this is for you personally, it's just continuing to really work hard, keeping your head down, not involving others as much as you think you might need to or want to. But there's an indication of still keeping at it and working hard towards whatever you're working towards, okay? This might have, like I was saying, we have Eight of Wands in reverse and the Ace of Wands in reverse, so it definitely might cause you to shut down a little bit. Definitely, it might cause you to stop communicating, and like I was saying, have your light a little bit dimmed, feeling a little bit stagnant, feeling like you are missing that spark of inspiration. But I do see that in keeping your head down and just continuing to work hard, especially on yourself, right? Making yourself first priority and having to go within, look at what you are putting out in order to receive all of this, and sticking with that and kind of cooling it for a little bit, there's going to be justice, okay? We have the Justice card. You might be dealing, we have Virgo, Taurus, Libra, Leo. You could be dealing with those signs. There's going to be justice. There's going to be justice in continuing to work hard, continuing to keep your head down, continuing to focus on yourself, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And in doing that, it's going to really, really benefit you, right? We have the Sun card last. Gaining clarity, really gaining clarity by taking those steps of kind of cutting yourself off from anything negative or petty, any combativeness within the workspace, or this could be within a relationship, okay? But towards the end of May and throughout all of this, there will be clarity gained, and the sun will shine, okay? Positive outlook, positive outcome, okay? So no need to worry. This is only for a season. I do have for those of you that this is still in a workplace, we have at the bottom of the deck we have King of Wands and Queen of Wands. Okay, so within the workplace, it's really balancing out that feminine, masculine energy within yourself. Okay, that is also going to help you bring this equilibrium and this clarity. Okay, so that needs to be worked on if this is for the workplace. As far as a relationship is concerned, you might be dealing with a fire sign. You don't have to be, but if this is as far as dealing with a relationship, I think what's happening is the same thing. You're being asked to really go within. I think that the lack of communication is kind of getting to you, but I think that if you kind of go against the grain of feeling like you always need to figure it out, you know, argue about how to figure it out, I feel like going within and handling yourself first and really focus on yourself and working on you and where you begin and where you end, and getting your life back with yourself, in yourself, for yourself, is really going to bring a very balanced relationship. Okay, if for some of you it's that the other person is doing this and feels that they need to be doing this, and it might seem off to you because you're like, no, you need to communicate, you need to talk, we need to do this, we need to do that, this is how it goes. And they're really just trying to work on themselves, like from the core, right? Because they're trying to match the vibration. This is your counterpart though, so that's a really beautiful thing. And again, sung card at the end. All good things, all great things, okay? We're gonna pull some clarifiers. Can you please clarify this Five of Wands in reverse for me, Spirit? Please clarify this Five of Wands in reverse. Thank you. We have Ace of Swords and Ace of Cups. That's pretty amazing. So what I'm getting from this is that you're being given new opportunities, new beginnings within your logic and within your emotions. Okay, you're getting a new set of skills logically, mentally. You're getting a new set of skills emotionally, spiritually. Okay, and that is why it's coming off as conflict, but it's conflict being worked on or feeling as though it's impossible to work through, but that's because the universe is building you. The universe is building you, and it's teaching you a new lesson on how to deal with things differently, okay? And that's why you're dealing with this, because you have really big things coming. It's preparing you for something really big, really, really beautiful, very abundant. Can you please clarify the Hermit card, please? Please clarify the Hermit for Scorpio. Please clarify the Hermit for Scorpio. Okay. We have the Empress in reverse, Knight of Swords, and Six of Pentacles. So yeah, like I was saying, if this is either for you or the person you're dealing with, or if it's you in a workplace, if it's you, if it's either one of you or whoever you're dealing with, the person going within is looking for those real truths about them, is really looking to learn more about themselves, where their mental stems from and why it does the way it does. It's their or your sense of really giving back to yourself, and finding balance within yourself, is going within and understanding the truths about you and your intentions, your motives, and why you do the things you do, when you do the things, everything about yourself. There's just the universe is asking you or whoever you're dealing with to go within. So if it's for whoever you're dealing with and they're doing this and it might be setting you off, you need to understand that it's not about you. It's that the universe is asking, their God is asking, their inner being is asking them to do this for themselves, or vice versa. Your inner being is asking you to do this for yourself, okay? This needs to happen in order to gain more knowledge about how to find that balance. Okay, we have scales and more scales, so this is a lot of balancing out. And in the midst of trying to balance out, it does get a little awkward. Communication can be lacking a little bit because we're really, it's thinking before we speak. It's doing a lot of internal work, a lot of deep thinking for ourselves in order to portray the right message to the world and to our loved ones and everything, okay? Can you please clarify the Hierophant in reverse? Please clarify the Hierophant in reverse. Please clarify the Hierophant in reverse for Scorpio this month. What's the Hierophant in reverse telling us? What's the Hierophant in reverse telling us? Okay. Okay. Oh. Okay. We have the Emperor, Three of Wands in reverse, Two of Swords, and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. Okay. So you might be dealing with an Aries. Aries is showing up. The Hierophant in reverse is asking us to take control of what we, after we've learned about ourselves more, okay, right? After we've gained that new knowledge about ourselves and what we need to move forward in a different way to better ourselves, it's asking us to take control of that knowledge, okay? And to, it's allowing us to not have to look to, sometimes we can't make a decision and we go to a bunch of different people to try to get answers. But this is asking you, this unconventional way is more of a, not doing that, but actually taking that time out to go within and find it within ourselves, because we have the answers, right? A lot of other people are going to try to give you advice, but you're still not going to use it because I feel like you already know, or the person you're dealing with already knows the real answer on how to keep moving forward. They know that this isn't going to last, that this is just a phase, that they just had to do some internal work. As soon as that confidence is gained and a knowing that the good things are coming, it's just a matter of when. The weight might make you a little bit indecisive, or again, the person you're dealing with might make them a little bit indecisive, okay? They're not going to take anyone's advice right now because they're feeling a little bit clouded. And that's because they're in the midst of doing the internal work. But there also is kind of a power trip, a power struggle here too. I feel like that's why advice might be ignored as well. Even so, we're going to keep our head down and we're going to keep working hard on whatever we are trying to accomplish. Can you please clarify the Eight of Pentacles, please? Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles. Please clarify the Eight of Pentacles for Scorpio. Eight of Swords in reverse. Some of you are using work as a way to get out of your head with all these other thoughts. I feel like if you're at work, also there might be bringing your issues to work, and like your personal issues from home, you're bringing them into work. For others of you, it's leaving that stuff at home and making work a place where you don't have to think about it, but just continuing to do the steps and keeping your head down and staying focused, which also helps you get outside of your own head, get out of that anxious feeling. Because look, Nine of Cups, Two of Cups. Wish fulfilled with a partner. If things seem a little shaky and you feel like there's lack of communication this month, or I feel like it might look a lot darker than it really is, and that's because, again, people are going within to find answers right now. So that's why there might seem like there's a lack of communication. But whoever you're dealing with, especially if this is a romantic partnership, it's your counterpart. This is divine, okay? But in order to match, you have to do that work. In order to raise your vibration, it starts with you. So you can't really take that stuff personally this month is what I'm feeling, okay? Okay. Can you please clarify the... Yeah, so like I was saying. This is turning more towards a romantic relationship. For the Eight of Wands in reverse, it really is breaking your heart that there's no lack of communication. You feel like the focus isn't on you anymore, and that's really bringing you down. You feel like, how did I go from such a good place to feeling as though my wishes aren't fulfilled, right? One minute you thought that this was a person for you, now you're thinking that they're not. This isn't the case, though. I don't feel like this is the case. I think this is just how you feel because there's lack of communication. You start to think things like this isn't your person, like this isn't actually what you really wanted. You might think that they might have options, but it looks like this is all things that you're making up in your own head, sweet Scorpio. Can you please clarify the Ace of Wands in reverse? Please clarify the Ace of Wands in reverse. We have Queen of Swords and the Sun. So the spark might die because people might start becoming a little bit more logical. They might lose a little bit of sympathy or sentiment. Because I feel like whoever you're dealing with, or if this is you, this person is trying to, in gaining clarity, they're trying to push their emotions aside, okay? So this is like trying to perfect, trying to master having a clear mind, trying to master having control over your emotions, which then leads to making everything very logical and very clear, very straightforward. Because there's lack of emotion, there's a chance that you guys might let it dim your light. But know that whoever you're dealing with, or if this is you, it's just because you're trying to get things clear. You're trying to make right decisions. You don't want to bullshit, and you don't want to let emotions have control over you, or your person doesn't want to let their emotions have control over them and then regret it in the long run, right? Okay. So it's taking a less fiery, imaginative, passionate approach to things, and it's trying to take a more logical, straightforward, black and white, to really sift out any extra emotions that might get in the way and might cause any kind of reactive responses. And that's why there's also being a lack of communication, okay? Because we don't want any fighting, we don't want any combativeness, we don't want any, petty arguments. And that's because we understand that there is a new opportunity being gifted to us. And so we want to go about it in a different way, okay? For those of you in the workplace, you might need to be careful about doing things too unconventionally, about really taking up your own way of doing things in the workplace. Don't separate yourself too much, okay? It's kind of like don't bite the hand that feeds you type of deal, okay? Be careful. There needs to be that balance. Okay, so really when you're going inward and examining yourself on how to get into this emperor position and have your ships come in, remember to it's not just we go within one time and we know all the answers, okay? If you need to take a step back, take a step back. And for the workplace, there is going to be things. There's going to be good advice given that might be ignored, so pay attention to that also, okay? You don't want to shut yourself down or out completely. Okay. Otherwise, you'll start manifesting the things that you actually did not want, is what I'm seeing here. Can you give me some clarification on these outcome cards, Justice and the Sun? Can you give me some clarification on Justice and the Sun? What is going to balance things out and bring clarity overall? Outcome for Scorpio, please. Interesting. Devil in reverse and Queen of Cups in reverse. So, not letting your emotions get the best of you this month, okay? Letting go of being very emotionally reactive, responsive to people, places, things, is going to be the toxicity you take out of your life. That is going to bring you victory. That is going to bring you strength. Okay? Pretty simple. Pretty straightforward. All right. I love you guys so much. Good reading. Very good reading. This is exciting for you, those of you in a relationship. This is your person. This is your person. Okay? They want the best for you, and therefore they're trying to be the best for themselves. Vice versa with you. And if you haven't been doing this and you haven't been understanding why, well then this is what needs to happen. the going within, the finding out the truths about yourself, being a little bit unconventional in your personal opinion as far as communication and taking action immediately goes. Keeping your head down at work, but not shutting yourself off completely. Listening still to the people around you, especially if they are in high regards at wherever you are working at. Watch out for your pride and your ego getting in the way, your emotions getting in the way. Really take control of your emotions and grab onto your more logical side of thinking and gain that clarity. Okay? It's going to help. It's going to work. It's going to be beautiful. All right. Can I get an oracle card for my sweet Scorpio fan? Something that they can kind of come back to whenever they're feeling in need of a little bit of some spiritual guidance this month. Something to help them progress on their journey that much more, Spirit. What do you have for the sign of Scorpio? What do you have for the sign of Scorpio? What do you have for the sign of Scorpio, Spirit? Please show me Scorpio. Oh, okay. What's the message for Scorpio, Spirit? What's the message for Scorpio? Okay. Wide open at the bottom of the deck. And then we got the Wizard. Wizard of Awareness, I'm sorry. Let's read it. Number 3. Okay. It says, your soul knows best. Be still and observe. Mindfulness is about being observant and remaining neutral about what goes on in the world around you. This applies to the environment within you, too. If you struggle inside yourself, stepping into an observer position gives you a new, powerful perspective that neutralizes any discomfort or overexcitement. You have the capacity to see things clearly now, unencumbered by opinion or desire. Wearing the world as a loose garment requires you to adopt a sense that nothing that happens to you is personal. People come and go, experiences evolve from one state to another in a continual shifting and change no matter how much you want things to stay the same. The Wizard of Awareness asks you to give up your need to define or limit what you're experiencing now. It's all good. Let it be and watch the miracle unfold without any direct influence from you. Amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining me here on Lucid Suit Tarot. I hope you guys enjoy this. I hope it helps. I love you guys so much. And I can't wait to see you guys in June. All right. If you guys want a personal reading, my email is in the description box below. I'd love to work with you guys. Other than that, lots of light, lots of love, and namaste.